Welcome to Farm4Life, your source for off-grid living and homesteading. I'm your host, Kyle, and today we're going to talk about a sustainable lifestyle for a healthier and happier you. We like to blend the beauty of traditional practices with a modern touch, guiding you towards that self-reliance. So join us on this extraordinary journey as we explore time-tested farming methods, sustainable living techniques, and the joy of strengthening our connection with the land. So today, I'm thrilled to share our family's journey with you. About 2 years ago, my wife, our kids, and I made the bold decision to leave the city behind and embrace a more self-sustainable lifestyle. And we wanted to start a small farm slash homestead and, see what we could accomplish. Fast forward today, and we've come a long way on our little 2.5 acre property. We've got quite the menagerie: chickens, pigs, dogs, one cat, one rabbit, and a garden. It's been a whirlwind of a new experience on our homestead, and it has evolved tremendously, especially from our first year to our second. So I want to take you on a little tour and show you how far we've come. But first, let's start with our feathered friends, the chickens. I must say I will not be showing you specific locations, geo fencing and all of that on where we're at for security reasons, but I'm going to share our story with you today and tell you a little bit about our homestead and our experiences. So like I said, the chickens. They've got about a 1/4 acre of space in their chicken run, which wasn't always as spacious till now. Initially, we were hesitant to let them be free range. As we learned more about their resilience, we gradually expanded their area. One thing that is important with your chickens to understand is that large range for free range chickens, they're going to come in contact with more diseases and viruses than a more controlled space. So it's a catch-22. There's a balance. Like everything in life, there's a balance. And so they've got about a 1/4 acre now of space in their chicken run. Now they've got their own fenced off spot, complete with a cozy coop and a convenient compost bin that's right nearby. Speaking of the coop, it was a game changer for us. We bought it locally, and it's incredibly spacious for the amount of chickens that we have, with room for all of them and then some. So plus it's got handy features like an automatic door. We have some easy access for cleaning, and as well as easy access to harvest the fresh eggs every day, which is really a treat. And the kids really like to do that. So now let's move to one of our other spots that I thoroughly enjoy in the homestead, the garden. And over the past month, we've poured our hearts into getting it ready for planting season. What started as just a few garden beds and grow bags last year has grown into a beautiful garden oasis. We've added more raised beds and expanded into in-ground gardening and even started growing potatoes. It's been hard work, but seeing the fruits of your labor is incredibly rewarding. Gardening was a whole new world to us when we first got started. And the first year brought us its fair share of challenges. We had to learn what to grow, where to plant it, how to take care for it. But with time and a lot of trial and error, we've made progress. We've been busy planting peas, carrots, garlic. We already got some greens sprouting up. It's been a labor of love, but seeing our garden flourish definitely, for me, makes it all worth it. Gardening has a lot of good things about it. It can make your body and mind feel better. When you work in the garden, you move around a lot, which is like doing exercise. It also helps you feel less stressed and worried. A lot of people, when they do their gardening, also like to do grounding, which is basically just going barefoot. Now, if you don't have, a lot of metal, plastic, things like that, which you shouldn't anyway, that pose a hazard to your feet. Um, Going barefoot in the garden, especially if you have deep in bed garden, if you're more of an arid climate, so you have those deep beds, 2 feet that you're constantly aerating and fluffing with your pitchforks to get the manure and compost in. Boy, does that feel good in between your toes. You definitely want to wash your feet before you go trampling back inside the house, but yeah, grounding technique. It means that you're getting your ground or your electrical charge equal to that to ground or zero with the earth. A lot of people swear by it. Some say they didn't feel much of a difference. Regardless, it is definitely another way to get a deeper connection with the land, your land. So when you work in the garden, it also helps you feel happier. Your brain will work better, clears your mind. These are all from my personal experiences. And growing your own food is another great thing about the gardening, obviously. When you grow fruits and veggies, you know they're fresh and you know they're healthy. This is definitely non-GMO, right? This saves you money, and homegrown food is often better for you than some of the store-bought stuff. Gardening can be calming. Doing things like planting and weeding, picking vegetables can feel relaxing. It's like meditation because you are doing some of the same tasks over and over again. Gardening helps you understand and enjoy nature very much so as well. Seeing your plants grow from tiny seeds can make you feel very proud. Um, if you're starting literally from a bag of seeds with the germinating process into little soil plugs, sometimes you're starting with just a wet paper towel, placing seeds in there. When you see them break, and then you put those into your plugs, it's awesome. Excuse me. So gardening teaches you new things all the time, like how to take care of your plants. It's also something you can do with friends and family. It's also Gardening is good for the environment. It reduces pollution by not needing to transport food long distances. It helps make the air and soil cleaner, and it can save you money on groceries in the long run. And don't forget about the animals. Bees, butterflies love gardens because they have lots of flowers and they help make your plants grow well. Gardening is a really nice activity with lots of benefits. And so I recommend it. If you want to feel better, learn a few new things, and spend some time outside, you definitely should give it a try. Now, let's take you to our makeshift greenhouse. Sometimes just an outside garden, which is a great place to start. You'll want to, as that becomes successful, start growing some things that they need a little bit of help outside of just the environment of where you're at. So it's a great way to help certain plant species that may not naturally just be able to grow in the environment where you're at to have a greenhouse. Give them a little leg up. So our hoop coop turned plant haven. Originally, it housed our chickens and providing shade in the summer and warmth in the winter, but now it is a home to our growing plants. And thanks to some clear tarping, it's been a versatile addition to our homestead, and we're making the most of it. So, greenhouse, they have some many good things about them, especially for people who like gardening or homesteading. Uh, you, they give you more time to grow your plants because you can do it all year. No matter if it's really hot or cold outside, you can keep your plants safe and growing in a greenhouse. This means you can have fresh fruits, veggies, herbs, and flowers all year long. Another thing about greenhouses is that they protect your plants from bad weather. Stuff like heavy rain, hail, strong winds, or snow won't harm your plants inside that greenhouse. So your plants stay healthy and can grow better. Greenhouses, another big one, can help keep pests and diseases away from your plants. Because they're enclosed, bugs and diseases that can hurt outdoor gardens don't get in as much. So you won't need to use as many organic, not inorganic, but organic chemicals, making your plants healthier and maybe um, stay thrive in this environment. So you can control everything inside a greenhouse, and this means you can make it just for your plants. You can control the temperature. You can control how much water is in the air, how much light they get, how much air that they have that's circulated. It's really, really, really helps your plants grow well. Starting seeds early and growing for longer is easier with a greenhouse. You can start growing plants before the regular growing season, and keep growing them long after it's over. And this helps with a lot of plants that need a short time to grow or need specific temperatures to start growing. In a greenhouse, you can grow plants that normally wouldn't grow where you live, like I stated earlier. And this lets you grow things like some tropical fruits and flowers that need very special conditions. A greenhouse can also make your property look nice and give you a nice place to spend some time. It's not just for growing plants, but also for enjoying nature. I remember the first time walking into the greenhouse when we were growing a lot of some of the simpler things, some tomatoes and herbs, and it was into the colder. I think it was like November time frame, and so the snow hadn't quite wasn't quite on the ground yet, but it was definitely cold outside. And I walked into this greenhouse, and yes, we had to heat it. There, we won't get into too much in depth on that topic here, but there are some natural ways that you can heat this greenhouse all year long. And I walked into this place that was, north of 70 degrees in a sea of green when it's dry and really cold outside. And I remember the feeling just hitting you like, wow, like we did this. we did it. I mean, everything is dead and brown and getting ready to be covered by snow outside, and you walked into a sea of green. It was very surreal. So it is a very fun thing to do when you're ready. Definitely start that greenhouse. So um, for people who want to be more self-sufficient, greenhouses are great. They help you grow your own food all year long, even if you live in a place that has some tough weather. You can use them for starting plants, making new ones, and sometimes even keeping animals. And every greenhouse is different. And what's best for you will depend on what you want to do and where you live. But overall, having a greenhouse can make gardening easier and, quite honestly, more fun, especially for people who want to grow their own food. Now, here's a topic related to the greenhouse that you wouldn't think would be. Let's talk about pigs. We started with just a couple of pigs, using them to clear out areas of our property. And it's been fascinating to watch them root around and make way for new growth. And thanks to some polywire fencing, keeping them contained has been a breeze. These pigs may look intimidating, but they're surprisingly friendly. Just be careful not to get too attached. They got quite because they get quite the appetite. Next up, we've got our chicken run. It's conveniently located near the pigs, making it easy for us to integrate our systems. We've designed it so that we can toss gardening scraps to the chickens, who happily turn them into compost. And speaking of compost, we've got a bin in the run, making it simple to recycle waste and nourish our garden or gardens. The garden, which is my pride and joy, it's been a labor of love. But seeing the veggies sprout up makes it all worthwhile. And we strategically planted berry bushes along the fence line, although we'll have to wait a few more years for a fruitful harvest. And right in front of the bushes, we've set up our chicken tractor, where we'll raise our meat birds. Now, uh, let's introduce you to or talk about some of our newest additions. This is our young flock of chickens, and they're currently housed in the chicken tractor, giving them time to acclimate to their surroundings before they join the rest of the gang. It's a great opportunity for us to test out our new setup and ensure everything's in working order. Um, a few highlights: we've got a cozy fire pit, a relaxing hammock, sorry, and a designated play area for the kids, of course. And on the back deck, we've recently installed sunshade, provided some much needed relief on the very sunny days. And so, there you have it. Our humble homestead in all its glory. As of right now, of course, everything is a work in progress, right? And it'll continue to grow. So that's a wrap for our Farm for Life episode today. And we invite you to be part of our off-grid living homesteading community. So like usual, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, share this information with your friends and family, and let's build our community together. Thank you, and we'll see you next time. Bye.